Okay, so as you can see, it is very dark. What's up, guys? Today I want to talk about how you can make your own YouTube setup just by using practical things in your house, one, maybe two lights, and just a little bit of creativity. So yeah, let's just get into it. Okay, so what's going on here is like ground zero. There's not much going on. Sometimes when you're in like a nice looking area, like you can kind of just get away with what you have. There's just the kitchen light, and then there's some like light flooding in from the window here, so it's a little blue. And then there's that guy back there, which is extremely bright and overpowering. But we can work up from here. So, you know, there's a lot more we can do. We can add in, we're gonna add in some lights, and then we're gonna move some stuff around just to make everything look a little bit nicer, less orange. And you know, there's a lot of weird colors going on right now. Like my skin color probably looks not great. You know, if you looked at this at first glance, you might be thinking like, okay, it's not that bad. But when you start to really look at the details and everything, you might be like, oh, that's kind of gross actually. So let's see what we can do. That's Crouton right there. She's just chilling, having a little nap. She's probably like, what are you doing right now? And got a bit of a mess here, but you know, it's not too bad. So I basically want to create this space into like a talking head space. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that couch out a bit and move that table maybe. I don't know, we'll see. I'll kind of just move some stuff around. But yeah, we'll try to get this area looking nice so that we can eventually bring in a light. Try to avoid being right up against the wall. You kind of want some, like, you know, background separation between you and then whatever's going on back there. As you can see, that light is extremely bright. That might be a practical light, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, so everything looks a little bit more interesting. You know, I'm kind of more off the wall. I just tilted the couch a bit more angular just to kind of create some depth between me and the wall behind. This is like a little bit better, but as you can see, it looks like the lighting is significantly worse. So we'll have to fix that. This light is still extremely orange. I might not even use that light. I don't know, we'll see. Now we just kind of have to make sure that everything is lit. For like a talking head, you don't want too much space. You know, you would kind of want to stick to like the rule of thirds. If the subject is you, then you try to keep your nose or like your mouth kind of in line with this rule of third line here. It kind of focuses more on the subject rather than what's going on around in the background. So yeah, let's bring in my light and see what we can do with that. For the light, I'm going to be using the Godox VL150. It's a great light, honestly. It's portable, it's very powerful, and it comes in at around 600 bucks. For the light stand, I'm using this Neewer light stand. And for the softbox, it is a 38-inch softbox by Glow. It is dog approved. Okay, so if you notice, everything is very orange. There's a few things we can fix here. I can see the soft box in the top right corner, so I'm just gonna move that a little bit. Okay, so there's no soft box in the background, which is great. What can we do from here? As you can see, it's almost like worse than it was before. So what I usually like to do is, if you have practical lights in the background like this lamp, you want to make sure that you expose for that lamp first so that it's not overpowering your scene. Those lines are the zebras that indicate something that is overexposed. So we got to fix that. We got to make sure that those zebras are not there, or you can always have them like slightly poking in, but I prefer to just not have them at all. So let's fix that by turning down the ISO on the camera. Okay, I'm gonna go down all the way. There are basically no zebras left. So great, yes, the zebras are gone on the lamp, but as you can see, everything is still orange and everything is still very, very dark and underexposed. Hello, welcome to the shot. As you can see, it's very dark. What I like to do is like set up the scene and get the composition that I want, and then like make the set look nice. And once you kind of have everything lined up well, I like to bring in the lighting. You know, everything's ready to go, and then when you bring the lighting in, you can just focus on the lighting and then maybe make some small adjustments. Now that we're here, I'm gonna strike the light right here. So this would be your key light. It would be like the main source that would, you know, you want it to be 5600 Kelvin, and then you want your camera to be 5600 Kelvin, and that's like daylight coming in on your face. You'll get the most natural looking skin tones that way. Right now we're at 100%. This is a lot. So what I like to do is just dial down until everything's pretty even. There's nothing that's like overly exposed. I'm just looking at the monitor here, but so I'll turn that down from 100% to 80%. Okay, 80%, still pretty good. Still pretty bright though. I think I'm gonna turn it all the way down to 50%. Okay, I also changed to a 50 millimeter instead of, I was on 35 before, so I thought it was a little bit too wide. I was seeing a little bit too much of my legs. So what you can do now is you can actually like push the light. You can bring it up and down, or you can bring it further back or closer towards your face. This is what it looks like pretty close to my face. And this is a bit further back. So it's kind of like dependent on what you want. I find it's more shadowy and more like, you know, the shadows are a lot darker and a lot more, you know, sharper on the face when you're further back. Okay, so like usually when I'm trying to set this up, I'm looking at the monitor and I'm just trying to move things around to make sure that everything looks kind of the way that I want it to look. Right now I just have this orange light and I don't like it that much, but it kind of changes the way the shot looks. So if I turn this light off, it's a bit more moody, and I just feel like you can see like some shadows going on underneath, you know, underneath the light here. It's like okay, but it just looks like I'm being lit by a light. You know, it's not as natural. If you notice something else, my shirt is green and it kind of just blends in with like everything else. All right, I got my blue Corgi shirt on, and now as you can kind of see, there's a bit more contrast between me and the background. Like there's some blue here, and then there's some oranges, there's some greens going on. Between my legs, I have a Rode microphone right here that I'm just putting on a tripod, and this is my main audio source. And as you can see, I have it low enough, you can't actually see it. It's just below the frame. And this is kind of what I'm looking at. I got my camera over there. Got my monitor right here. So this is like the jankiest setup ever, but I have it just on a little tripod here. And it's right there just so I can like look at it and see exactly what you would be seeing. And then right here I have my controller for the light, and then my recorder that I'm using to record audio, water bottle, because you know, you want to make sure you're hydrating so that you can speak properly. That is my light, and my light is very close, it's very bright. There is a grid on that light. It kind of shoots the light more directly towards you so that it creates a bit of a vignette around your face, around the subject, and it doesn't like light up the background too much. And then yeah, from there you can set up whatever you want, put more props in the background, you can change the light bulbs in the background. I've seen people put up neon signs here. It's kind of really up to you, like whatever you want to do. I highly recommend getting a light. You can find these Godox lights for, I don't know, around 600 bucks. I know it's expensive. It's an amazing investment because they're very portable, they're very powerful, and you can use them on all of your gigs that you work. I didn't have a light for a very long time. A lot of my videos were just lit by either natural light, or I was using the ceiling light in one of them, if you noticed. And that took a lot of editing to make it look nice. You know, sometimes you just got to do with what you have. It's possible to make any scene look good, and everything else is just talking. If you already have a topic, if you already want to talk, that is the easy part for you then. Then you just have to figure out how to make it look good. Okay, Thanks, guys. I'll see you in the next one.